hamstrings.
Yeah. So first thing we say about setup, you can see now quite clearly that angle there now and that angle there much better compared to where that was there. Second is where you had a little bit of a hunch there in the back because you were so upright and your head was just dropping down. There's a phrase that golfers may have been told for years and years and years. You probably may not have heard it if you play with Barry and stuff because you would know not to say this, but keep your head down is one of the biggest bits of advice golfers get told because their posture gets very upright. They just drop their head down. They think that means that helps them hit the golf ball. In reality, the spine angle being on that green line too upright, you can't reach the ground. Whether your head goes up or down or side to side, you're still not going to reach the ground. So your head being down doesn't affect things. Okay, it's getting your posture in the better position here, and we can see in terms of swing now. This is when the club goes back, going sort of steep and choppy. This one here now, we'll see the club working back more over your right shoulder. Okay, so a nice good backswing position there. Now the arms across your shoulder there, nice return of the club, getting the club to a nice position. And because you're swinging on a better angle, as that club comes back in the golf ball, it's coming back more from what we call the inside path. Lovely striker impact as we can see, and then we can just rotate. And what we're starting to see now is a little bit more movement with that right foot. It's not going to happen straight away, obviously. It's again an unfamiliar move to what you're used to, but compared to this where it doesn't even move at all, they're just a static planted on the ground there, okay, and not turning through. What you're going to find with this move on the left-hand side, with your shoulders rotating through that full 90 degrees, if the lower half doesn't work at all, you're putting a lot of stress on your back. And what you'll find as well, if you're getting any pressure or pinching in the lower back, other body parts will try and substitute. If your right quad is an issue because of the tear you've had in it before, that's not going to want to try and help out, you see. Then you might find some pressure in your knees or even your ankles. So other body parts, basically everything beneath that, is going to be trying to help out the lower half that's not wanted to move.
I know that firsthand, from this being wrong and then my left.
Your left, things were firing to try and substitute that movement. Okay, if one thing can't do it, then something else will act like a substitute on the movement there. But I think that lower half will start moving. Like I say, you can practice that, as I said, just in front of the mirror twice a day, just rolling that ankle onto that toe, weight onto your left side. But to be fair, I mean, you're in the golf ball there, say over 150 with a 7-iron with that swing, and when you're not moving your body through as much, you're reducing the power the golf ball's going to be hit with. Now, if you're reducing the power and you're in at 160, just thinking if you just let that body release through a little bit more, you're going to gain a bit more distance. You haven't even hit the ball anywhere near as hard as you're doing now, and you're just basically tapping that in your mind. There's no hitting that at all.
I'm actually kind of so focused on.
It's nice and loose and just working on technique, and technique's now giving you 160 with a 7-iron. That with a driver, we'll have a couple of shots in a second. But that with a driver, it's going to be 200 plus easily without even giving it a smack. So if you then want to have maybe the odd hole you might get to as your skill set improves. I want to give it a bit of a go on this one.
There's a couple that kind of like open up and you're
you get more inviting to give it a smack.
Especially on the Mac.
Exactly, when the Mac's got a bit more space. So that's kind of what you'll do. So you'll hit your driver then sort of like a sort of 75-80%. No, it'll go 230, 240, 250 even with that speed. But if you get one you want, get a couple hundred yards, a bit more, get a bit more distance, let's give it a whack, and you can do that. But you've always got that in reserve, like with the goal kicks. Most goal kicks you're trying to take distance off it, aren't you? Yeah. So maybe kick into wind, you might give it a full smack. Downwind or no wind, taking distance off, so you're controlling the distance.
That's actually how I tore this big hole.
Oh, was it going for a kick into wind, trying to give it a smack?
Football pitch right on the seafront.
Yeah.
So and one side and stuff when the wind's with you.
Yeah.
You literally have to you're doing 50%.
Yeah, just chipping it down there.
Whereas on the other hand, you're literally putting
hammering it in, and that's when the tear was. Yeah. So
see a big hole in my leg.
Oh dear, crikey, all gone. Oh dear. So setup wise, if we can get a much better posture there, that's why I said that angle there, again, use of mirrors is going to be a help there, but you're looking for roughly sort of 90 degrees, like I said. Hasn't got to be exactly, I mean, it's probably more towards like 80, 90 anyway, but that 90 degrees is an angle we can sort of visualise in some ways. If I get my spine angle there with that.
Massive difference between just huge. Kind of like stepping up and just being kind of like
hunched and slouched. Now you're engaging the quads, putting you a bit more, stretching the hamstrings a bit more. You're putting yourself in a position, like I say, the polite way of saying is push your hips backwards, basically stick your ass out. Exactly. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. Right, a couple more, then we'll have a go with the driver.